Yo, welcome back everybody. So in today's video, I'm gonna be bringing y'all the best settings to use right now in Warzone Season 5. This goes for my console players majority, mostly for my console players, console gang. PC players, y'all have extra settings, but y'all can take a little bit from this. Now let's get straight into it. As y'all know, Season 5 did not add FOV, yo, which does suck. It didn't add those features I wanted, which is pretty disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty disappointing to see. It's hard, it's tough, bro. It really is. It really is tough. I really thought they were gonna add it, but they never did. So it's a setting we all want, especially as console players, bro. But it just doesn't seem like we're ever gonna get, y'all. But let's just get straight into it, y'all. So right, first off, this is kind of like just my controller settings here. This is all personal preference, but this is the way I've been playing for the past years, bro. Ever since Black Ops 3 tactical flip, where I slide with my right stick and then I melee with circle, and then I also play flip, just because you have a better aim, not aim, but like aim response time, or I guess whenever you aim down sight. So instead of holding it all the way down to it registers, it will, as soon as you tap it, boom, it's automatic, right? So I always use flip, use the top one to shoot, which is better, it's faster. You'll be a little bit more faster than, let's say, your opponent is using the bottom triggers, which would take a little bit longer to render. So I recommend doing flip. If you've been doing L2 R2, stick with it, whatever. Stick layout, have that default. Invert, have that disabled. Dead zone is a huge setting. Now, I talked about dead zone before. I made a whole explanation about it. Basically, dead zone, the higher you have your dead zone, let's say I have dead zone all the way up to 0.40, and let's say I move my stick a little bit like that, it's not gonna move. Like in the screen, it's not gonna move until you move it like all the way more, right? Basically like the range of motion. So let's say I have it at 0.2. Any little sort of movement like that, even if it's just a tiny bit, it will move on the screen. So that's basically what dead zone is. But dead zone also should be taken as, especially for controller players, what your controller drift is looking like. So let's say you have no sort of controller drift, then I recommend literally playing at 0.00. But I personally do 0.08 because my black PS5 controller has been getting a little bit of controller drift. I used to do 0.6. I went up 0.8 just a little bit. It doesn't make like a huge difference, but a very small difference. It's all on your controller. So if you don't know, just basically do 0.4, 0.04, and let's say you have a little bit drift there, then you go to 0.05. Let's say you still have a tiny bit drift, then you go to 0.06. And if you don't have any stick drift there, then you stay at it there. That's how you find your best dead zone setting for you. So I hope I explained that well. I know it's a little bit tongue twister or whatever. Now my sensitivity, I have actually changed this. I used to do 6 and I used to do 4, but now I'm sticking with 8. It's just so much better for my movement, especially in Rebirth. Everything's way more closer. I've been playing a lot of more Rebirth recently because y'all know Verdansk it's just not it, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. So 8.8 is perfect. Also 7.7 is really nice. But like I said, I do not recommend going anything over 10, just because it's just too much, especially for console players. I think it's just too much, because since we are in a lower FOV, smaller FOV, I mean, it is gonna be harder to like tell unless you're like on a PC. Then you could get away with doing like 10 or whatever. But if you're like a crackhead and you have to do 20, then you do you do what's comfortable for you. I could do whatever sensitivity, but what I play best at lately has been 8, and that's my recommendation. Around 6 to 8 is my recommendation. Nothing about 10 though, especially for controller players, you feel me? Now my ADS sensitivity multiplier, this is for both low zoom and high zoom. I both have it at 0.85. Really it's just when your ADS, how much the sensitivity on when you move when you're ADSing. I have it at 0.85. You could leave it at 1 normal. It'd just be a little bit faster. I put it to 0.85, especially is better for when you're having like a sniper rifle or an assault rifle, or those long range engagements. Is really, really nice. You get to control recoil a little bit easier, because let's say you pull it won't pull all the way down if you were at 1. So I like 0.85. It's just like a nice number there. Aim response curve type. Now this is a huge one, and I've been studying this one, and I think I finally got it, y'all. So I think standard is for the people that are not aggro but are not too laid back either. So you're not a camper, but you're not aggro. You're like in the middle. You don't play too aggressive, but you don't camp too much, right? Or you don't snipe too much. I mean, because linear is for my snipers. If you're a sniper, if you love sniping, getting headshots, I recommend linear. If you're an aggro player like me, play aggressive, like to get in there, then you do dynamic. If you're just a player that doesn't do too much aggro, doesn't sit back and snipe, but does use your AR a lot, you like to get those beams, standard. That's what I recommend. But for me, I'm dynamic because since I am more aggro, I do use that controller vibration. You want to disable that. Aim assist, standard. Weapon mounting, yada yada yada. There is one setting that they did add, and that was the steady aim behavior. That was basically when let's say you're sniping and you hold it. You know how you hold it, it gets really steady. You could change it to if you just want to toggle it. So that basically means if you just want to press it, and then it'll just hold until it runs out, or you could hold it yourself. I would just say just hold it. That's the usual way. But if you want to try something new, use toggle. You never know. That setting could be broken, bro. You never know nowadays. Contextual tap, armor plate behavior, apply all. There's been people in other videos that say, oh, it's a horrible idea to do apply all. But it really is not, bro. It's great for my aggro players, like I said, especially if you like getting into those 1v2 engagements, 1v3s, 1v4s, or 2v4s, whatever, whenever you're down, right? I recommend apply all. It's just better, so you don't have to be holding triangle or Y or whatever all the time. It's just so much better. And if you want to cancel, you just press triangle or Y again, and it will cancel. So I just fully recommend apply all. It's just so much more better. Slide behavior is tap. Yeah, no, tap makes slide canceling so much easier. If you have to hold it, then you'll be having to hold your stake or circle, and it'll just take too long. So tap, you just simply tap it and it slides. Auto move forward disabled. Automatic sprint. I have it to automatic tack sprint. Game changer for y'all that haven't switched. If you haven't switched yet, which I don't know why you haven't, you got to use automatic tack sprint. It makes your movement so much more better. You get around the map so quickly, bro. And especially if you can master the automatic tack sprint to slide cancel, automatic tack sprint, you'll be zooming, bro. Movement will be way more better, especially if you can hop into a bunny hop after that slide cancel and tactical sprint. You become really good, bro, especially if you can master it, right? So now right here, going into the general section, brightness, like I said, I'm keeping it at 49. I don't know why, but ever since I put it down to 49, it becomes a little bit less hazy. It gets rid of a tiny bit less hazy. It's not gonna make like a huge difference, but just don't have your brightness anywhere above 50, bro. Anywhere above 50, please, because I've seen people in people's streams where they have this to like 75 or 100, and their screen is all white, bro. And it looks disgusting. So I recommend 50, 49. Don't go too low though, because things get really dark. So I just recommend 50 or 49s, whatever. I pick 49. So that's that. Safe area, you want to have this to the closest possible, so your minimap is the closest to you. Film grain, you want to have this to 0. It just makes graphics look weird. Tooltips, want to have that enabled. Subtitles disabled. Some people like it on. I don't really like it. English colorblind type. So this was an interesting one, right? Now I don't recommend protanopia. I know some people like the yellowish colors. If you're into that, you do you. Deretanopia is the one I recommend, and also disabled, which is weird because I've always said Deretanopia to make your graphics look better, but there was this update where it had changed my thing to disabled, and for some reason I just could see things way more clear because disabled is okay. So the Erythromycin is basically disabled, but just more vibrant, more juicier colors, right? You see the same colors here, but they're just a little bit more juicier, right? They're a little bit more saturated, a little bit more vibrant. But they might be too vibrant for some people. So if you don't like Erythromycin, but you still like the colors, you just want less vibration. I mean vibration, bro. Less vibrant and all that. Just do disabled. And you can also play around with your monitor settings or TV settings. You know, there's always that. I think people really forget about that. Try Tenopia. I don't recommend this one. This one looks horrible, bro. It looks horrible. World motion blur disabled, but weapon motion blur enabled. I made a whole video about this. I'll put it right there or over there somewhere explaining why, but I just give a quick overview. It gives you more FPS, bro. This has been tested, has been proven. Nobody has really talked about this, but it gives you more FPS, and this is huge for my console players, bro. Because especially for those PS4, Xbox One players on the OG consoles, you usually be playing Warzone at 30, 40 FPS. You enable this, you'll be getting 50, maybe even 60 FPS sometimes, y'all. Not even joking. It makes your gameplay look just so much smoother. I know y'all might be like, ew, motion blur, that's disgusting. But it's only weapon motion blur. It's only when you switch your weapons, hand gestures, and stuff like that. And it makes your gameplay really, really smooth. Ever since I turned on weapon motion blur, I've been doing so much way more better, bro. So just try it out for a few games. If you don't like it, you can disable it. But I recommend y'all boys trying this out, bro, because it's actually real nice. Now, on-demand texture streaming, supposedly in Season 5 they fixed it. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest, bro. I'll still keep this disabled because some people have like contracts with their internet providers. And I don't want y'all boys to be getting extra charge for using extra gigabytes. So just recommend it disabled. It's not really going to do anything huge, bro, unless you have like a 4K TV. You will already probably have like the Warzone packs downloaded. So I just recommend having it disabled, to be honest, bro. Some people have said that it lowers latency, but hey, don't take it from me. Take it from the comments that I read. Some people have said that. Have not tested it, though. If you want to try it out, go ahead. If it lowers your latency, then go with it, you know. Minimap square shape. Square is mandatory, bro. You see more in your map. Do square. Minimap rotation enabled. And yeah, that's basically it. Over here is nothing really crazy. Nothing really crazy at all. Now audio, the big audio, y'all. Now audio, my audio mix right now is boost low. Now there's two that I recommend. Boost low for footsteps. This is mainly for footsteps. If you want quality, boost high. But if you mainly want footsteps, either you use boost low or boost. I think this time I got it down packed, y'all. Boost low is for me, for my headphones. If it's not for you, for your headphones, you know, different headphones have different frequencies, right? Different whatever hertz is called or something in the headphones, right? Everybody's headphone is different. I recommend boost low, and I put my master volume at 29. Y'all might think like, yo, boss, that is extremely low. But I'm using OBS. I can control the audio through here a bit more. So for you, I would recommend boost low 29 to 50. Depending on your headphones. If your headphones are really, really low in sound, then you could go 100. But you know, I don't want your eardrums to get blown, you know. So I recommend a smaller master volume because it kind of eliminates those super things in the background that you don't really need to hear, like things like airstrikes or just things that you don't really need to hear, right? Or maybe like the car, the truck or something, bro, right? Something that will distract you from hearing those footsteps. And I be hearing footsteps pretty clear. I could tell if they're above, below, what side they're coming from. They're coming around me, in front of me, behind me. I've been messing with this, y'all, and I've been messing with this ever since season 4. I haven't changed it a lot. I've seen a few pros actually rock it with this. That's where I got it from. I got it from Diaz Biffle, and ever since I started using this, bro, I don't know, but it feels like my headphones, like I can hear when everybody's coming around me. So highly recommend it, y'all. Boost low or boost high if you just want the best quality. You know, all around. You don't really care about footsteps, but boost and boost low is for the people that care about footsteps. Music, have that to 0. It's just gonna distract you. Unless some people like it, but you know, whatever. Dialogue, have it to anywhere from 60, from 20 to 60. Dialogue is just when people be calling in like enemy UAV or whatever, right? Effects, you need this to 100. This is when you hear people reloading next to you or things like that. So that's real important. So make sure to have that at 100. Juggernaut music, disable that. So loud. Hit mark sound, MW is personally more modern and more satisfying. So I like that. Mono audio, have that disabled unless one of your headphone sides don't work. Let's say your left ear cup works, but your right ear cup doesn't, then enable this. But if it doesn't, then don't. Unless you rocking that one earpiece from the PlayStation, the OG one, then put mono audio. But if not, or let's say you're having horrible audio and you might have mono audio enabled by accident, make sure to have it disabled. This is how you can hear people what side they're coming around. If you have it enabled, you're not gonna know what side they're coming, right? Voice chat, whatever, yada yada yada. My voice chat volume I had at 114, just because I sometimes can't hear the people in game chat. Game chat is a little weird sometimes. So that's just personal preference, to be honest. This isn't really that important. So that's basically it, y'all, for the Warzone Season 5 settings. Let me know what y'all boys think. Like I said, it's mainly for my console players. Some of y'all PC players could take note on this, but for PC, there's another video out there for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But either way, y'all, let me know what y'all boys think about this video, about this my Warzone settings. If y'all mess with it, let me know, bro. Either way, I'm gonna head out on my boys. Take care, y'all, and I'm out here, bro. Peace.